What is up, everybody? My name is Bryce, aka DubsNotSubs. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic today. Now, I want to try that a little bit just because I have a playlist basically of all the songs that I have come up on here. So and this one came up randomly as the first one. I was like, whoa, this song is awesome. Okay, hopefully that sounds pretty even. And yeah, I just really wanted to do an intro with it. I might keep that. If you guys like that song as the intro, let me know. It popped up out of nowhere. It's actually like really groovy and I really like it. I hope you guys are doing fine. We're continuing with our podcast right here. We have this week a lot of stuff to go in. We got anime delays. We have a new manga streaming service. We got some sales going on, and Adult Swim added a new anime to their list. So there's a lot to get into, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So first up with this first story, we are going to get into the continuation of the coronavirus shutting down absolutely everything with no remorse for anything. Now the weebs are gonna get hit hard. Basically every spring anime or currently ongoing anime is just gonna be postponed from now on after episode 3. This is gonna be rough. Time to catch up on those old shows, I guess. I started watching Fairy Tail again because I was like, yes, might as well. If nothing else is going to be on, you're going to not have much of an option. So basically, we have a lot of things in here. We'll get into some of the shows specifically that are getting cut off right now. And one of the shows is the Pokemon anime. We got the One Piece stopping a certain scientific railgun. Food Wars. We have Funimation. All Funimation simuldubs are delayed indefinitely for now. We got Bungo and Bungo Stray Dogs, and then a Alchemist, or is it Bungo and Alchemist? I'm not really sure. A3's anime. My Snafu. I was super bummed that Snafu was canceling right now or delaying because it's like, man, I love Snafu, and I believe this is the final season, so I'm so disappointed to see that this is not gonna. I'm gonna have to wait to finish it, and we're gonna get on to another show that I really wanted to see more of that I'm not gonna be able to get to see. For right now, at least. Everything's still going to come out at some point. Just for right now, it's all delayed. So it's like, no, I want it now because I'm impatient. I like my things. We got Millionaire Detective, which trended on its first episode, which is crazy. We, what other ones do we have? We have Aparanman. That's a really great one. That's the one me and Zach have been talking about for a while, how good it is. That's basically a transcontinental race across America. It looks super cool. The personalities and the cars look amazing. I am really excited to see more of that. It's just sad that it's going to end. We have this one right here. Now, this is the one I'm really bummed to see. And yeah, ReZero, I just recently finished it. Neon and Zells, when I was on their podcast, they told me to watch it. So I finally watched it, and I love this series. I love this series. It's so good. There was a part in between towards the second half. I want to avoid spoilers, but there's a part in like the second half of the series where, not Tanjiro. Did I just say Tanjiro? Are you serious right now? Subaru, basically he kind of has a development issue, and the parts before he develops is really annoying, and it really started to hate him as a character. But overall, towards the end of the series, it really it worked its way together, and it was absolutely amazing. It came to a fantastic end. I cannot wait to see more of this, and I can see why people think Rim is best girl, but I mean, people are hating on Amelia. I mean, she's not even that bad, though. She's just nice in her own way. She just doesn't get the forefront of that. But Rim, obviously, with that whole, like, spiel she goes through and just her personality she's such a nice person. They're all the characters in this, and ReZero is absolutely amazing. I love ReZero so much. The animation is amazing, and I really didn't think I was going to like it. Towards the beginning, I was like, ugh, I'm not sure how this is going to go. And even that girl who first comes in, the thief at the beginning, I don't remember exactly everybody's name, but the blonde hair girl, the lolly, the lolly is in there, and she's not bad. She's not bad as a character too. Not in any other way. Calm down. Put your hand off the speed dial of the 911, please. But anyway, next up, we have Cautious Hero. Basically, any anime that's on right now is going to be shut down and not continuing. There's a bunch of films too that were set to release. Her Blue Sky, which is set in Anohana, that's the series by Marie Okada, which is one of my favorite directors and writers because she does Oh Maiden and Your Savage Seasons, and I really wanted to see this because Her Blue Sky is basically set in the same world as Anohana, but it's with a whole different set of cast and a whole different setup, I think, but the way when I was reading the synopsis, it felt like the exact same thing as Anohana, but just with different characters, so I don't know how it's really going to turn out. I was really excited to see if it's going to be any good, but now we're going to have to wait. But I think that was the DVD release, but it's not available in English anyway, so I don't know how we're even going to be able to watch it right now. I really want to see that movie. It seems so good. Well, I don't know if it's good at all, but I just love Marie Okada, so I have expectations for her stuff, and I love all her work, so it's sad to not be able to see, but basically every spring anime is going to be canceled. A lot of summer anime is going to be delayed, I would assume, too. So it's going to be rough times out here, but there's not much you can do. Hopefully you guys are staying safe and just catch up on some old anime. Might as well start One Piece. You got 1,000 episodes to get through. Nothing but time. But anyway, next up we have Mangamo. This is a new streaming service for manga. It is $5 a month and is currently only available on iOS, but they do have plans to come out on Android. So basically, you pay $5 a month. You get all the chapters, basically, like Shonen Jump, like Crunchyroll manga. Only you have to get the Crunchyroll subscription with that, but you get a subscription, $5 a month. You get a ton of manga. It's got a ton of Kodansha titles. I believe it has Attack on Titans, Dropkick by Devil. There's a lot of things on here, but from what I've heard, actually, there is a lot of problems with the app itself, like functioning. It's as it opens up, like I believe there's a lot of glitches and like breaking stuff. I understand that when services open up like right away, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have things you can't account for. But from what I've heard, like tags don't work, the search bar doesn't work, which is a big one. Like, how do you not have your search bar work for your app? That's just insane. I think there's a bunch of like there's a bunch of glitches that breaks the app and like shuts it out. I believe some people aren't even couldn't even get into the app to use their subscription. It's crazy the kind of problems that this opened up with. I hope they fix it because I want to do well, but my other problem with streaming services is the way that this is going now, and if this keeps going, because you have things like Manga Planet, which I will get into in a second because they got some stuff coming out too. So Mangamo and Manga Planet, that's two right now. There's a couple other series on Manga Plus. You have Shonen Jump. I'm trying to see if there's a couple other like services you can get, I believe. Crunchyroll manga, but that comes with Crunchyroll, so I don't really want to count that. But basically, we're going to get to the situation where the same problem with anime is, where there's too many different sites that people are going to have to go to try to read their manga. I don't know how they're going to work with exclusivity on this, because I believe Kodansha does basically every streaming service. They just let everybody do it, so that would be really beneficial, because then you'd only have to get one for your Kodansha titles, but there's going to be a lot of exclusivity on these services, because that's what's going to get people to pull them in. And you're just going to get to the point where if you want to read a ton of different manga, where you could pick one service, but you're going to be missing out on a bunch of other series that people are talking about. And it's just going to get to one of those things where if you want to read all the manga, it's going to get just as expensive as buying regular manga or not. But this is going to overall really help the industry, so I'm happy about it. It just worries me if we go down the path of too many streaming services, because that's just going to lead more people to go, well, that's why I pirate. It's cheaper. Why do I got to pay for 6 different streaming services when I can just go to Manga and, read it for free? Which is like, when you have so many different streaming, as long as because everyone wants like that Netflix style, but Netflix has exclusives. That's what Netflix is going for now, which is like Hulu's going for exclusives. Amazon Prime Video is going for exclusive. It's crazy because they're basically all competing with each other, trying to get you to pay for their business. So that's going to be the downside of all these streaming services come out. But overall, it's going to be really beneficial to the industry and really beneficial to us. And really, to be honest, I don't think manga is as demanding for having to get everything done, like watch everything like anime is. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about manga is like, okay, so you read, let's say you have Mangamo and you can read all the stuff on there, but you don't have Manga Planet. So you're not going to read everything you won't be able to read everything from all the manga that you want, but nobody's going to be really as like freaked out, because there's not as much, I don't believe there's as much pressure for people to have to read everything that's coming out. It's a lot more laid back in the manga community from what I've seen. It's like, unless you have like the big stuff, like, like, oh, you haven't read One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, whatever, like the most popular stuff is. But for the most part, there's not that much pressure to like, oh, this is coming out, I gotta read every chapter that's coming out in Shonen Sunday today, so I gotta read everything from the Shonen Sunday app. That doesn't exist, but I'm just using an example. So I think there is the problem with streaming and having to pay for all these different sites, but overall I think it's just more benefits than just that kind of one con there, and it's gonna be cool. So I hope they fix this app and it actually becomes like pretty dependable and pretty reliable, because I'm excited to see it. I do plan to check this out and see if it's any good. So it plans to come out on Android later this year, I believe they're talking about. So here you go. iOS only, but they were talking about on Twitter how they're planning to do Android and they're working in the development of it. But first, they need to focus on fixing the Apple app. So hopefully it goes well. I wish nothing for the best for Mangamo. I hope it succeeds. I want it to succeed. More manga people out here publishing manga, the better. And I can't wait to see more of this. And I will be checking this out once it comes out on Android. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I might check this out. But speaking of other ones I want to check out, we have Manga Planet, who is also adding a bunch of new titles. And Manga Planet actually has some really unique titles that seem like I really want to check them out because they're very cool, like indie titles. But the problem with Manga Planet is there is no app, and it's weird to say, but I think an app is crucial in this day and age for like especially for like a reading service or something like that. Having something where you can just like open the app instead of having to search up the site is super beneficial, especially with everyone using their phones today. And when you're going to do digital, you're most likely going to be walking around on your phone, like checking out. You're at work one day, you're just like, oh, I'm on break, might as well read a couple chapters just somewhere. But like when it's on the internet, I always feel like there's a stigma that's like, oh, and like you just forget you have it for the most part because there's just a lot of attention grabbing, and like our attention is very always being grabbed at and stuff, so you tend to forget a lot of things. So when you go on your phone, open up to your homepage, and you like I do, I have files of all my apps that's called Read. So I just go in there and I have all my things right there on the phone page, so I don't have to worry about forgetting what thing I have. And that might be just a me problem, but when I have things like if I read a scan or like so I'm reading Kimi no Todoke not from me to you. What is it? Koto no Tomara, I believe is what it's called. The Koto series that came out recently. The anime that came out, and it's not available in Kano. Let me look this up. I have it. Kono Oto Tomar. That's what it is. It's the Koto anime that came out on Funimation. They had 2 seasons, and I really, really enjoyed it, and it's not available in English, so that's when I decided to go read the scans of it, because I only read scans usually for a series that aren't available in English, because then I can justify it to myself and be like, oh, well, it's not available in English, so they're not losing any money, and I can just pretend that it's not bad. But I don't know. I only read titles that are really available in English, to be honest. I'm not in English. Well, are available in English, but I do read scans that are only available in Japanese, because I don't know. I just don't see a point. And I don't know. I'm just like one of those people who like to support legally if I can, and that's a whole other thing. And I don't want to get into this, but anyway, we have Manga Planet right here. I went so far on a tangent right there, but anyway, we have Manga Planet right here. So let's get into the titles that are coming out right now. So the Manga Planet manga subscription service announced on Thursday that it will add Spirit Circle on May 18th. The Kawaii Complex Guide to Manners and Hostile Behavior, I believe that's how you say it, on May 19th. Soramachi and Yet the Town Moves on May 20th. And Sunken Rock on May 21st. All these titles are released from Shonen Agahosha. So we're going to get into the titles itself right now, and then I'll give my little bit of opinion on these. So first up, we have Spirit Circle, and this is how it's described. Futa Okeya's dad said second-year middle school students are unstoppable, and he's inclined to agree. He's determined to make the most out of his ordinary student life, but everything changes when the mysterious Kyoko Ishigami transfers to his class. Not just because Futa thinks she's pretty and he likes her, but because she thinks Futa is her rival from a past life. So this is like it's one of those series where it's got a lot of supernatural elements in it. It's a slice of life. So basically, the series is like these 2 characters right here are connected in previous life throughout life, and the girl really doesn't like the guy because throughout the life there's been a lot of things where he screws her over, and she carries that grudge into the next world, and basically they keep reincarnating over and over again with this rivalry, and they're trying, and in this one he's trying to finally end that kind of hostility they have towards each other throughout each life. And I have the first 2 volumes in English. It's released by 7Seas if you want to get it physically. I do plan to get the rest of it. It actually seems like really cool. Do I have 2 or do I have 3? I can't see it. I can't tell from here. Oh man, where did I put it? S. Where's the S in my ABCs? Yeah, I can't see it. I think I moved it somewhere. But Spirit Circle, I did enjoy the first couple volumes of it. I do think I have like 1 through 3 and maybe 1 through 4. But I haven't finished it, and there's 6 volumes in total. From what I know, it's actually like pretty good. Basically, it's just like you see previous lives and how they interacted with each other. And like you just learn how they used to interact. She remembers everything from their previous lives, but he does not, and he's slowly remembering each time he goes back and like seeing what happened and all this. And he's just basically trying to overcome the hostility she has for him. And it just seemed like a pretty good story, and I heard the art's pretty good, and overall, it's not bad. I did enjoy it, so I gotta finish this at some point. Whoa, Crunchyroll has it simultaneous, so I wonder if it's on the Crunchyroll Manga app, and if it's there, I'm just going to read it there and not have to pay for the rest of it. Yep, there it is, 7 C's, like I said. But anyway, next up, we have Manga Planet describes Ruri Miyahara's The Kawaii Complex of the Guide of Manners and Hostile Behavior. Thanks to his parents' job transfer, Usa has to live on his own. The problem is, his new place is full of weird people, and the upperclassman he admires is one of them. A teenage romance comedy that's heavier on the romance, not so much. Heavier on the humor, not so much the romance. So basically, rom-com, focus on the comedy. It seems pretty generic. Wacky characters are going to do wacky things throughout, it seems like. And they're living together, so they're going to have shenanigans throughout the house. It seems pretty basic, but who knows what that actually entails and how funny it actually is inside. If I read it, I mean, if I got the service, I would definitely check this out just to see it. And yeah, I just think it's going to be probably just kind of a samey kind of manga, just because the description is so bland for the most part. It's like, he likes her, she's wacky, quirky, haha, it's funny rom-com stuff. It just seems pretty basic, to be honest. Wait, the manga inspired a television anime expedition by Brainbase in 2014. Sentai Works licensed the anime and streamed it on Crunchyroll as it aired. Oh, I might check that out then. I'm going to check that out and see if it's any good. And maybe I'll give my opinions on Twitter or something about that. If you guys want to know about that, or actually ask me about in the comments below what I thought about it after I watched episode 1, I'll give you my little bit of a review on it. And then last up, we have, second to last, we have And Yet the Town Moves. So this is how it goes. There's a small maid cafe that nearly nobody goes to. Maid Cafe Seaside. Quiet enough for Sanada to do his homework. His airheaded classmate, Arashiyama, works as the cafe's only maid, even though she doesn't act like one. What happens when her friend stops by for a visit? What? That's a very, very, like, obscure, not obscure, kind of just basic, not really telling you anything of a synopsis. This is by the same creator who does Having Illusion, that's released by Dimpa. I don't know anything. I don't know how to even like comment on that because I know he's a sci-fi writer, so there's definitely more that goes to it, and especially like by this cover right here, it looks like there's a lot more that goes on than just like, you know, Maid Cafe funny stuff. But I would interested to see what the more sci-fi element of it. He usually just like sci-fi mysteries. I don't know what anything of this is about, so I can't even give you an opinion on it, to be honest. J Manga had it, but it's not there anymore. It's also published by Crunchyroll, also published the series digitally in English, so it might be on Crunchyroll Manga also. If this is on Crunchyroll Manga, I might just review it there then, because if it's already on there, why would I go buy another subscription when I already have Crunchyroll Manga? And guys, just so you know, if you have Crunchyroll or if you have Verb, you also have Crunchyroll Manga. It comes free with it, because with Verb you get a Crunchyroll account, and with a Crunchyroll account you get the manga Crunchyroll Manga thing. So you might as well do it because you get all of Kodansha's like simulcast stuff or simulpuff stuff that comes out. But anyway, last up we have Sunken Rock by Bochi. This one's like really cool. That's actually gonna be released by that because I don't think it's in English anymore. So basically, the story goes: delinquent Ken goes to Korea to follow the girl he loves, but somehow he gets caught up in Korea's local gang business instead. And what do you mean he's the gang boss now? This one's kind of wacky. Bochi has kind of like these really quirky characters, and I really do like it. I read Rakia, that is written and done by him. Actually, I don't know if the story's written by him. No, it's not written by him. I don't think. I think it's written by somebody else. But that was actually a really cool story. And Dr. Stone also has the quirky characters. I'm interested to see what Sunken Rock is like, because I've heard this is also really good. There's another one that is out too. That's by him that was like also really popular, but I don't remember. This might actually be Sunken Rock. That's his most popular work that people always talk about. But Bochi is a fantastic artist. I really love his art, so I'm really interested to see this one. This would be probably the main reason I got the Manga Planet app, just so I could read that. But because this one's on Crunchyroll, this one say that available on Crunchyroll. Nope. So basically that is that, and is that all the titles? Okay, cool. So basically this one's on Crunchyroll. This one's on Crunchyroll, it seems. Yeah, no, it's got an anime in Crunchyroll, so I'll check that out and see if it's any good. And this one's also on Crunchyroll, so I might just read there because it would be way cheaper for me. But anyway, that is Manga Planet, and we're going to hop on to our next article now. For our next article, we have Adult Swim's or Cartoon Network are adding Sakashi Kon's Paranoia Agent on Toonami, and this is gonna be really cool because now with a lot of anime ending, you can watch this one and chill out, and there'll be something on Adult Swim for us to watch it. And that makes sense because I think Black Clover is suspended right now. I don't know what else. I think Boruto's getting delayed too, so that's probably canceled. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that's on Adult Swim right now. Demon Slayer's over, but they're probably still airing it because they're always like way behind on that kind of stuff. So, well, then they wouldn't actually need that because it's already out. I'm trying to think of currently airing stuff that's, I don't know. They're usually like super behind with a lot of things, so they have a while, like a lot of leeway, but they're probably just adding this on there just for another thing. That would be cool. So basically it says right here, in the latest schedule update for Toonami programming block on Cartoon Network, the block's director, Jason DeMarco, has announced that Paranoia Agent will return to the block beginning Saturday, April 25th. The series was once a mainstay on the of the Toonami block in the bubble of the mid-2000s, with the series being in constant rotation as other animated series cycled in and out of stock. With a recent license rescue of the series by Funimation, those that were hoping for the additional avenue to watch the series now have an alternative. Along with the confirmation of the return of Paranoia Agent, DeMarco confirmed that Food Wars is slated to return on the block, pending the outcome of the negotiations for seasons 3 through 5. As those require a new agreement to be struck, looks like I have a reason to stay up late on Saturdays nights for a while. Like, Satoshi Kon's a great manga, like a great director, so this is gonna be super cool to see him, like, see Paranoia Agent, because I was actually gonna watch it on Funimation, and like I started like the first episode, and I just ended up finishing it with so many other series that are out right now. So I might just watch it on Adult Swim, because it'd be cool to actually like get into an Adult Swim series. Like, for a very little bit of time, I was watching Boruto on Adult Swim because I wanted to like start it, and I didn't want to. I was just gonna watch it week by week, but then I dropped Boruto because I didn't like it at all. So hopefully Paranoia Agent can keep my interest. This seems like a pretty cool series. I love Satoshi Kon. He has like some crazy cool stuff. Tropic of the Sea. What was the other one I saw? Millennium Actress. I think those are the only two I've read by him right now. But Perfect Blue looks crazy and like really good, and so does Paprika. I need to check out those two also. So it's sad that he's like passed away, but it's nice that we can like still enjoy his content. It's still great, like to this day, people still love it. So I will be checking this out. And here we go. Here's the updated thing of the Crunchyroll, or not the Crunchyroll block, the Toonami block. We have, so now they're airing My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer. So Demon Slayer is still going on. Paranoia Agent, Black Clover, JoJo's, Naruto Shippuden. So basically everything is Shonen Jump except for Paranoia Agent. They never really get too many like basic stuff on there. I mean, Uzumaki is gonna be crazy. I forgot about that, but like their title thing reminded me of it. But Uzumaki coming out is gonna be insane. That movie, that series looks crazy good. I cannot wait to see that. It's gonna be so hype. I hope they do a great job like animating it, because that's my favorite Junji Ito work, and that's what made me like switch my whole opinion on him. Fantastic series. But yeah, that's Paranoia Agent coming out starting the 25th of July. Not July, this month, and this Saturday. This Saturday, actually, I think. No, maybe this Friday. 5 days. Tomorrow's Tuesday, that's the 21st. 22nd's Wednesday. 23rd's Thursday. Yeah, it's the Saturday. Thank God. I'm losing my mind, man. This, like, whole quarantine thing has got me, like, forgetting what day it is and, like, the time, half the time. I almost failed a test one day because I forgot what day it was, and I had to, like, email my teacher and be like, yo, I didn't take it. I just, like, I told them I didn't have time. So, just, like... But I ended up taking it. I did good on that test. I also passed. So thank God. So anyway, we're going to get on to our next story right here. Crunchyroll's original, The God of High School. And this is another webtoon that's going to be coming out. I like the art by this, and this is by Mappa. Let's get into the article first before I jump into it. Crunchyroll released a new trailer for the anime adaptation of The God of High School based on the popular webtoon created by Younghae Park. The show is the second series from Crunchyroll in the webtoon partnership. The anime series is set to premiere this summer 2020 with animation production by Mappa. Seung-Hoo Park will direct the series, and Akita Manabu as the character designer. Park's credits include directing Garo Vanishing Line. I don't know what that is. The key animation for Yuri on Ice. That was pretty well done, to be honest. And Terror Residence, which is the Shinichiro Watanabe film series that I heard is pretty underrated. And I actually need to watch it, because it seems actually pretty cool. And Manabu previously worked on key animation for Terror and Resonance, Kids on the Slope, and Kakaguri. Kakaguri, that's crazy. That's good. Okay, Kakaguri, and I'm pretty sure Terror and Resonance has some pretty good art style. So both these guys are gonna be like pretty big like names in the industry to be able to like do this, like pretty good series that they've worked on to be able to like do key animation for and like directing and stuff, and the character design. This is gonna be so cool. This is gonna be like really well done, and Mappa's doing it. Oh man, this is gonna be like absolutely amazing. I'm so hyped for this one because I like Tower of God. I think it's okay. I think it's a 7. I just didn't blow me out of the water. But something like this seems like it's going to be like really over the top and really, really cool. Like the character designs of this look really, really nice. I like her character too. He's got like the crazy generic shonen character with crazy hair or whatever. This character looks really cool. He's just like, they kind of all look like basic characters, to be honest. Like they all have like their tropes. Like nerdy girl was actually a badass. We have strong stupid dude probably right here, or like serious dude who's pretty strong, and then you have wacky protagonist who's really funny or tries to be really funny and always has like an interesting look on things, and he's like the never give up attitude, never say die thing. But this is gonna be actually like really hype. And if you don't know what the God of High School is, we have a synopsis here. It all began as a fighting tournament to seek out for the best fighter among the high school students in Korea. Maureen Jin, a taekwondo specialist and a high school student, soon learns that there is something much greater beneath the stage of the tournament. So basically generic tournament battle royale kind of a thing. It's going to lead to, not battle royale, tournament arc series is going to have a little bit more going on into it. I don't exactly know what's going to go on into it, but we'll find out when the series comes out. I'm actually like pretty hyped for this. Right here, Jin Mori, a 16-year-old whose taekwondo, which he learned from his grandfather, makes him undefeatable. Nothing is more important to him than being the best fighter of all, and his current record is 229 fights, is 297 wins and 2 draws. So he's never lost, but he's drawn. And he decides to participate in the God of High School tournament, an interdisciplinary martial arts competition. After suffering the first loss of his life, Judge R. Oh, is that who beat him? Oh, against Judge R. Wow, yeah. Don't forget a word while you're reading. One of the tournament's judges. Okay, so that's going to be cool. Yumia, the 25th master in the Moonlight Sword style. She pretends to be a fragile high schooler. See, I told you. But she has the strength to easily overpower an entire group of delinquents in a fight. She prefers guys who are macho, but because when she's told that she needs to marry a man strong enough to help her resurrect her... Because she needs to marry a man who's strong enough to help resurrect her family's sword style. For that reason, she's participating in the God of High School tournament to find a potential husband. There you go. One-dimensional at the best. Basic girl in basic shonen character, to be honest. And last up, we have one of the Mad Cows, a duo that once controlled the entire Gangnam area. He's been working part-time jobs to pay for medical bills for his partner in the duo, who fell ill with an incurable disease, but the part-time work available to high schoolers is barely enough to cover the daily medical bills and won't cover a cure. He joins the God of High School after being told that he can save his friend if he wins. So basically, save friend, wants to be strong, marry strong person. Pretty generic characters, to be honest, but it seems like it'll be actually like pretty fun. I'm excited to check that out. And last up, for the last story, this is not actually anime or manga related, but the PS5 stock is going to be limited for its first year, says due to the coronavirus. They're saying this, but we have Sony PlayStation 5's production output will reportedly be limited in the first year of production of its launch, as Sony expects a higher price to affect demand for its new console. A Bloomberg report cites people are familiar with the matter, claiming that Sony is set to produce fewer PS5 units in the console's first year than it did in the PS4 launch in 2013. According to Bloomberg sources, Sony will make 5 to 6 million units of the PS5 in the fiscal year ending on March 2021. For some perspective on that figure, PS4 sold 7 million units around the first 5 months. This is a really stupid idea. This is what I'm thinking. The reasoning apparently comes down to the effect of the higher price tag. The reports note that Sony anticipates the console's price tag to come around $500 to $550, a figure the company thinks could put off some potential buyers in the launcher, meaning it would scale down production. So this is going to be interesting. So basically, they're lowering production. They say it's because of the pandemic, but it's because they're overpricing their console, like $500. This is like every time a company does successful business in a console, Xbox or PlayStation, they mess it up the next year by pricing this thing like at an outrageous price. You saw this with the PS2 doing so successful, and then the PS5, PS3 came out. What did they have? I think they had like 500, 600. I think it might have been $700 when it started off. It was crazy high. Like they focused away from gaming. They did like this stupid thing like that, and that really hurt the console. And then you had Xbox 360 take over after that. Then you had Xbox One decide to do the same thing. The price at like $600, $500 launch year, like a fucking madman. And they went all focused on entertainment too. Like, gaming is what people are playing on these consoles. Why are you focusing on entertainment? What stupid idea was that? And then the other thing where they were gonna have, you have to check in every 24 hours to even be able to play your console. Like, what were they thinking? Like, God, whatever. I think his name's Spencer, the director of Xbox, or like the owner of Xbox, CEO or something like that. That dude, that was insane. I don't know how that got past anybody. That was out of his mind stupid. But yeah, and then this year, right now we have the PS4. Hopefully they just focus on games and like wake the hell up, and both sides just do that. They cross-platform everything. Let everybody play cross-platform. Sell your consoles and just rely on exclusives. Pretty much, that's like all I really care about at this point. And like crossplay is becoming more like increasingly more popular. So it's gonna be weirder and weirder for like console differences, right? Because you could get less and less of them. It's just going to end up becoming game exclusives. So you want to play Nathan Drake, you want to play Halo, kind of a thing, or Uncharted or Halo. So it's going to get a bit interesting, but the fact that they're going to lower production on this is kind of, I don't know how that's going to really work out. Maybe they're just like I could see that because $500 to $550 is really expensive, but I think the PS4 started off at $500 too. And that sold right here, 7 million units, and I think that they was the same price. Let me look this up, actually, so I don't like just lie to you guys. PS4 launch price. Let me see. I think it was $500. Oh, it was $400. Okay, it was $400. That's a lot better. And yeah, it's like $300 now. So basically, I don't know why they're upping the price. I mean, I guess I do know why. I mean, there's better hardware in there, and there's a lot of stuff they're doing to beef it up, so it's more expensive than it was last time. But man, it's always so steep to keep bumping up your prices on stuff. But then again, iPhone does it every year. Now phones are over $1,000 now, and you're paying for a year of it. But then again, I think they cut it in half if you buy it for a year when you do like the yearly upgrade plan. I don't know, man. This is going to be interesting to see how this is going to work out for Sony, and this is a smart business move. I don't really think it is, because I think people are probably going to still buy over 5 million copies. I think people would probably still love to continue on PlayStation. If they launch it for like $500, I think people would probably I think you'll probably get enough of that sold within the first year that you're going to have to end up making more. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't really know. I don't have like the best business sense, but seeing how great the PlayStation is and the PS4 is specifically, I can see it definitely going over that. What's the total? So like how many PS4s is sold? PS4 total sales. There it is. Let's see. It has sold 106 million units. How do you get 106 million units lifetime? Are you out of your? You're gonna? Oh wow! What? In the first year, if they sold 106, I guess it's over the span of 5 years. But that's insane. There's no way you're gonna be able to keep those things on the shelves for like only 6 months. They're gonna have to reproduce 100%. That's insane. Like, oh wow, I didn't know they sold that many units. That's crazy. This is okay. Yeah, I think this is like they should just produce more. Even if higher, they're gonna sell all that. Definitely, they're gonna sell all that within the first year. Launch. You can have the launch. You can have your launch titles. You're gonna have Overwatch 2 coming out. Last of Us 2 coming out also. I believe they said it's gonna come on PS4, but it's gonna be a PS5 launch title. Mark my words. Because why they did a launch title on the PS4? Why not just doing a launch title on the PS5 at this point? But this is gonna be crazy. I actually, now that I know it's like 100 million sales, there's no way, bro. There's like, that stuff's gonna fly off the shelves no matter what. I'm still tempted to pick it up day one launch, even if it's $500. I bought the PS4 for $400, but I don't know. Like, I want to play PlayStation all the time, and I'm super excited for the PS5. I need to upgrade my monitor too, because my monitor's still only 1080. I need to upgrade to a 4K. So, we got plans for this year, but overall, this is actually really crazy. I did not actually expect it to, be that many sales. But anyway, before we end this stream right now, or not stream, this podcast, I actually have a couple things for you guys that you can check out, and from me, a little bit from me to you. So basically, we still have the sale from Kodansha going on right now. There is the Kodansha 99-cent sale. Basically, all digital volumes are... Whoa. Oh, crap. 1 second. Oh, wow. Hopefully that did not mess up the screen too bad. Kodansha basically has a 99-cent sale on all their volumes right now, volume 1s digitally for most of their volumes. Like 90% of their volumes are out right now. And then we also have DubsNotSubs sales. I believe they have a Viz Media sale going on right now. Yep. Viz books, like I was saying, Viz books are out. They have figures that are messed up that you can get for cheap. Naruto's 20th anniversary. But basically, I wanted to highlight that there is a Viz weekly special. So this week you can get all your Viz titles for super cheap. Definitely go for that when you can. There's going to be a lot of good titles out, and you can get a lot of pre-ordered titles for cheaper. They're like the cheapest you can get them, probably, because Right Stuff usually has them for pretty cheap, and it's nice to support a industry, the smaller business, especially in this kind of time. Even though it's the biggest anime company right now, it is still going to be strong. It's not big. A big anime company is still not going to be doing that great in the grand scheme of things, especially in the West. Well, in like Japan and stuff, they'll be fine probably, but in the West here, you're probably not going to have as well. They're not going to be as well off. So definitely support them if you can. And yeah, so we have that, and then finally, I have a couple videos for you guys today to go relax to, go chill out to. I've been like really into like those like oddly like satisfying kind of like not ASMR but kind of ASMR stuff. So I've been watching like wood turning things, like people like making objects out of wood. It's like really actually like really interesting. I'll put all my favorite ones in there. There's another one where I'm watching somebody paint, just like literally just painting a canvas. There's no other like background music. It's just like you hear the strokes. Oh my god, it is like so oddly satisfying and relaxing. Oh, it's crazy, dude. You have to check this, like that one out specifically. I don't even know. It makes me feel weird things I never thought I would about watching somebody paint. Because you don't even see them. It's just the brush and the canvas. It's so weird, but it's so good. It's not weird, but it's just so weird that I enjoy it so much. So that, and then last up, I believe the name's like Lizzie Q or something like that. Not Lizzie Q. It's Liz something. She's a Chinese YouTuber who does basically makes a bunch of food and like does a bunch of things in like traditional Chinese ways, and it's so cool. Her filmography is absolutely amazing. Like the shots she gets, and it absolutely looks beautiful. It's so relaxing. It's so good. So I'll put her channel down in the description too. So be sure to check those out. And anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoy these podcasts, and I'm glad that you guys stuck through if you did wait till the end. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in another video.